Happy morning, dear friends. Here's yours, Dr. Rajanta. Welcome to Demystify with Ajay. Today, we are just in tutorial 9 of Data Science and Machine Learning series, and we are just going to discuss on sets. Dear friends, sets are the relatively new addition to the Python collection type. They are unordered collections of unique and immutable objects that support operations mimicking mathematical set theory. A set do not allow multiple occurrence of the same element. They can be used to effectively prevent duplicate values. And here for your kind information, a set is a collection of objects which we can just call as members or element. And for instance, see here, dear friends, when on just making, you can just define a set as an even numbers between 1 to 10. Okay, you can just specify as 2 or 4, 6, 8, 10, like contains, which we just make it as odd numbers or even numbers. So here how you are defining or how you are just going to make use of that sets, and let me just see it with some exercise. And see here, dear friends, this is the first one where we are having a set, that is we are initializing a set, and this S1 is a variable of set and which it just has as like, see, this is what we are making it with the parenthesis and then with the square bracket. So you can just see that the set is unique and unordered. So duplicate items and the original order are not preserved here. So that is what the added thing. So let me just make use of the yes one. So see here, we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as the element. Yeah, you can also specify it as a member. And when I'm just going for the S2, the set variable 2, and see here we are having 1 and twice the 2 is appearance and twice the 4 and twice the 6 is there. Okay, let me just go for the set example, that is the variable S3, and here we are just having, that is 6 thrice it is occurred and twice 1 is occurred, but even though as I have specified, the duplicate items and original order are not preserved here. And see, let I just execute and see the order. How is it? So this is what the first one is S1, second is the S2, and third is the S3. And see how it is ordered. So you are just making it in the thing, that is duplicate is eliminated, and we are getting in a sorted order, that is also to be observed here. Okay, let me just go for the second example. See here, dear friends, we are just having an set variable S4 where we are having apple, orange, and banana as the element, and you can also initialize a set using curly braces. So directly you can just specify, and see here when you just make execution of this set, yeah, it is also able to view it as apple, orange, and banana. Now, do you want to add one more element? Yeah, it can be. Just kindly have a note of it. So when on just making use of this by using the add function, that is you can just add a one more new cell to make it as included in this set. So see here when on just adding the S4. So we know S4 is already with the apple, orange, and banana, and we add pineapple, and now let execute it and see the result. Yeah. So see here how it is arranged now. Why this banana just went out? So here when on just making this, how this is happening is, see here when on existing set of S4, it is just getting added to that of the variable element. And here the you can just have some more operations onto that set, and let me just make it some implementation related with the set operation. See here, dear friends, set supports comma operator such as union and intersection. A union operation returns a single set that contains all the unique element in both set A and B. An intersection operation returns a single set that contains unique element that belong to set A and also belongs to set B at the same time. So kindly have a note of it. So when we just make use of the new initialization, see here S5 and S6 we have just done, and in this initialization, so S5 it just has 1 2 3 4, and when I'm just making this S6 it just has 3 4 5 and 6. And how this can be just is when I make the operation or implementing the operation of union. See, you can just make it in two possible manner. One, you can just use the operator, that is the union operator, or you can just make use of calling the union method, and both would just resemble the same thing. So when on executing this, what would be the exact operation of union? Yeah, it just returns both, that is combining the both, that is concatenating both the element from S5 and S6, and yeah, as it's already known, the duplicate would be avoided. Okay. Let me just see with some examples for the set operations, dear friends. So see here, dear friend, first we are having the set S5, which it just has the element 1, 2, 3 and 4. And we are having the set variable S6 and having the element 3, 4 and 5 and 6. Yeah, and for your information here, 3 and 4 are being present in both the set. Yeah, okay. Let I just initialize the value for the set variable S5 and X6. And when I'm just making the union method or union operation, see here dear friends, it can be implemented in both the way by using the operator or by calling the method. And yeah, when I'm just making the union, it just concatenate both the sets and give us the resultant. And see here dear friends, as we already know, there won't be the repeatance, that is the duplication, and it just provides us the only the resultant within the orders. And see, let me just make use the execution. Yeah, here it is. So concatenating the S5 and S6, we are just getting the resultant of 1 2 3 4 and 5 6. Okay, next is the interaction method. And for your information, dear friends, what is this interaction is in the sense the element which it just has to be present both in the sets, whether if it is set 5 and S6, yeah, both the sets, the exact element has to be present. So that is why here you can just make use of ampersand, that is and operator, or you can call it with intersection method. So let I just execute this cell and see here dear friends, this is 3 and 4 is present both in set 5 and set 6. So that is what here it is specified. Next comes the operation difference. See here, dear friends, here when I'm just making the difference, it can be applied in both the manner. That is, yeah, you can just make use of the operator minus, which is just subtract the one element from the set one and to that of another set. So here, how this exact operation is. So it just to check whether it is present in the first set or not, rather checking onto the second. So here, yeah, we can just make use of the both the set, that is S5 and S6, and see here S5 minus S6, or yeah, here it is calling with the difference method. And how it's giving is just kindly have a look onto the output. That is, it is present in S5 but not in S6. And you can also make use of the vice versa, that is, it should be present in S6, that is the element should present in S6 but not in S5. Yeah, I think you have guessed the answer, it is 5 6. because for S6 the 3 and 4 which is present already in S5, and only the two element which is not present in S5 is 5 and 6. And let me just move on to the next operation, is subset. And see here, dear friends, this is subset. It is not giving the resultant as to that of element. Here, rather, here it just gives the Boolean output. That is, it checks whether it is present or not. That is, here it is a subset or not, like that. And yeah, when I'm just making this, S5 is a subset of S6. No, it is not a subset. Okay, let me just see how it happens. And yeah, you can also make use of the subset by using two methods. One is less than or equal operator, or you can just call with the subset method. Next, yeah, you can also make use of the subset in vice versa. So for that, we want to have one more set combination. So here we are initializing two set, that is S7 and S8. And to just have a discussion related to the subset, yeah, here we just have a look of the set S7. It is having the element 1, 2 and 3. And when just coming to the set 8, it just has 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And yeah, when I'm just checking whether the S7 is the subset of 8, and yeah, it is just making it both the methods. Okay, let I execute this and I let you know how it happens. So see this, the first two which is just specify whether S5 is a subset or not. No. Why? Because see here, dear friends, the statement when you just check the first two statement, it just return false because S5 is not a subset of S6. That is, all the element in the S5 is present in S6. No, it is not. And see the last two statement, it just returned true because S7 is a subset of S8. Yeah, see here, dear friends, the element of S7, that is 1, 2, 3, whole the element of S7 is present in S8. So a proper subset is the same as a general subset, except that the sets cannot be identical. And you can try it out with new cells or with new codes. Okay, let me just have it with one more example. See here, dear friends, when I'm just making this, and here it just check whether yes is subset of, that is S7 is a subset of S8 or not. So let I just make here, and yeah, another one combination is that is S9, which it just has yes, there is 1, 2 and 3 or the element, and S10 it is also having the same element. And when I'm just making this, see here, when I'm just making this execution, what would be the output? The first one is true. Yeah, obviously we have already seen in the above example, that is S7 is subset of S8. That is, it just has the less number of element. And when on just making the next two, that is S9 is less than S10 or S9 is less than S9. So both the things it reads as false. Okay, let me just execute this. Yeah, see here, dear friends, how this is happening. So see, when on just making the above, that is the cell 9, when it just say yeah whether is subset, and here it just check whether it is not as like is operation, it just gives the subset of S8 or not. And see here, dear friends, when on just making this, the last two statements, here it just specify S9 is not a subset of S10 because they are identical. And to the last one, both are the same element. So therefore, a set is not a subset of itself. So for that, we just received the false for the last two statement. Okay, now let me check whether the S9 equivalent to S10. Yeah, just we check because both are equal. Yeah, here it just specify both are identical. Okay, next let me just see actually previously we have just checked for subset. Let me go for superset. And what is superset? It is the thing, the whole element, whichever it is present to be there as a part in another subset. And see here, dear friends, when I'm just making this superset, yeah, you can just call by greater than or equal to or is superset. So that is what the both method, you can just make use of it. And yeah, dear friends, the last two statement which is just to specify S8 is greater than S7. Yeah, obviously we know that is the number of element in S8 is greater than the number of element in S7. And when on just making S8 is greater than S8, no, it cannot be the subset of or superset of itself. So let us just execute it. Yeah, see here, dear friends. So S8 is a subset of, superset of S7. Yeah, obviously it is true. And the second statement, it is just called by the is superset method. Yeah, it is also resulted with true. And when on just checking with the elements, yeah, the number of elements and whatever be the element present in S7 is also there in S8. So here it just say S8 is greater than S7. So here it gives the result true. But when on just to the last one, yeah, the set is not a superset of itself. So here it, the last result here, it seems to be the false. Okay, dear friends. So here what we have related to the sets and the operations is coming to end, and each and every separate concept I have just given you in practice with exact link, and the exact link is present in the description, and it already present in 60 Python challenge. So if you want to have more practice on to particular to the concept or operations and to the sets methods, you can just go and have a look onto the link which is provided into the description. So thank you, dear friends. Have a nice day.